So when a prospective tenant reaches out to you, make sure you ask all the pre-vetting questions up front. Ask as many questions as you can, as many of the fundamental questions as you can, because referencing, the referencing and checks process. So if the prospective tenant goes ahead, views the property and wants to secure the property, once they go through referencing, that is a massive amount of work. If the tenant can't even be bothered to provide you with the pre-vetting questions up front, so that you're not wasting their so you don't risk wasting their time, if they're not even prepared to even do that, and they're giving you attitude, instantly disqualify them. When you go through referencing, it is time consuming, it's expensive, it's stressful. You know, you're constantly chasing for paperwork, you have to do ID checks, it's not straightforward. And then the tenant, you know, you'd have to constantly chase the tenant for paperwork. They're going to be stressed out, everybody's going to be stressed out, and then there's a deadline as well. Look, you simply do not need that stress. Nobody needs that stress. And in the meantime, while you're doing all this, that property, the property you're trying to let, is empty, is sitting empty, which means there's no rent coming in, which means the landlord is losing out on rent, or if you're the landlord and you're losing out on rent. So imagine you take the viewing, you secure the tenant, and that tenant either cannot be bothered to do the referencing and paperwork and checks, or they just drag their feet and then they pull out last minute, which happens all the time. So to get around this, or to help reduce this, do all your pre-vetting, ask all your questions up front. If it's going to be a suitable tenant, they will be more than happy to reply, to provide you with the information you need. And this isn't like your blood type. This is just straightforward information like, are you in employment, when you're looking to move, all the deal breakers. Because if you can't pass these basic questions, these basic requirements, what is the point of taking the viewing? And secondly, if you can't be bothered to answer these questions now, do you think that tenant is going to have a successful referencing process? Anyway, it's just one of my pet peeves. Ask all your pre-vetting questions up front. If that prospective tenant is going to be the right tenant for you, they are going to be more than happy to provide you with the answers to any of these questions, because they know ultimately this will save them a lot of time and a lot of money. Anyway, hope that's been helpful. My name is Nguyen. We're let to manage high quality HMOs and singlets in and around Birmingham. If you like this sort of stuff, don't forget to like and follow for more. Right, see you.